I thought it was a big deal too.
I
was like,
too.
yo, I got accepted.
I did too, and then I realized everybody got
I
accepted.
got accepted to community college.
I just want you to know those are some really, really good-hearted.
Just say good people.
Good people.
Do you regret not finishing college?
Yes.
No. Everybody run!
Yo! I was the DD. That's my slutty dress. I was like, put that on, girl. What you mean? She's like, no, I can't. I was like, girl, we are married. Wear that dress. You ready? Yeah, let's get it.
That's how you feel.
Absolutely not. That's, oh, boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another week of That's How You Feel. I am one of your hosts, Levi. Please welcome my other host, Caleb.
Gang.
And as always, we've had her on before. We are welcoming her back. We would like to bring back Miss Brinkley Beever.
People really enjoyed her episode.
Yeah, we got lots of good feedback.
Lots of great feedback.
I'm
Loads
glad I
of
didn't
comments.
scare anyone away.
Yeah.
Glad you guys had me back.
Yeah, enough to have you back. I
Everyone
did
loves a
not
callback.
grab any of those comments, but there were a lot of comments that people
Loads
were
of
like,
comments. Several.
Yeah, they actually almost liked you better than Joel.
Wow. What an honor.
I just want to go on record and say that I would have Brinkley back before Joel anytime.
You didn't have to go on record with that.
I want Joel to know that.
I feel like you need to go easy on Joel. That's how he feels, folks. So as always, please like, comment, subscribe, review. As we mentioned before, share and download. We really appreciate it. We appreciate everyone that's given feedback. Hey, you got a couple comments to read?
Remember when I said I didn't think the moon landing was real? First of all, my dad called me right after that episode aired, and he was like, Caleb, you got to watch what you say on TV.
They gonna come for you.
Oh,
My dad is so scared. He was like, you can't be saying that people actually will. I was like, I don't believe it though, Dad.
I think we should have an episode on conspiracy theories.
I'm into it. Let's get it. I got a lot of opinions.
I'm excited to hear.
Yeah.
I think that would do well. I love conspiracy theories. That would do well.
You want to come back for that one?
If you'll have me. I love conspiracy theories.
Okay.
We'll put a poll on and
Okay.
No, we're doing it. I don't care what people say. So yeah, my dad was like, he called.
exactly. It's called That's How You Feel, not rants and praises.
He called me and was like, you got to be careful what you say, son. I was like, Dad, chill out. I'm not. He's like,
I'm still.
I'm just getting warmed up.
I was so upset when I saw the votes. I was so upset.
I think it was rigged, and he voted. So
Are we still on that?
From multiple accounts, probably.
He did, yeah.
I do have a couple Instagram accounts.
You probably
Do you?
got
You have
other.
a Finsta?
You probably took other people's phones too and got on their accounts and
why am I
voted.
not friends with you on your other Instagram accounts?
So comments from the
Yeah,
moon
I don't-
landing
Is this
thing.
do you have a secret life?
Heather Gessley said, I'm with Caleb. I think the whole thing is nonsense. So, I got a little bit of support there. Teresa Duncan says, I'm loving your podcast. I always look forward to Wednesday so I can listen to the latest episode.
Thank you, Teresa. Love you.
Catherine Essig, I don't know who that is. Great
Again,
podcast.
Thank you.
Florence
Family.
Nesham, you are the best, Levi.
Oh, Flo.
Yeah.
What, is this my episode to beef me up? Because my head's getting big.
Nope. I just, got a couple comments.
I just want you to know those are some really, really good-hearted. Hold on. Good-hearted.
Just say good people.
Good people.
Yeah. So from the wives episode, my brother Joshua, he made fun of you and Julia for matching, wearing the same thing.
I thought it was funny because
Weren't you guys matching?
they were
not
matching.
intentional.
You were
Yeah.
both matching.
So unintentional.
They
Yeah,
were
but it
matching,
worked.
and then we purposely didn't match. And then I saw them matching. I was like, okay, well now we got to match. So I went upstairs.
I remember you going to change.
And I went and got a jean jacket. Which was that my jean jacket you stole at church?
Yeah, I didn't go home with it. It's
I know,
still
but is that
probably-
it? Is it mine?
It's
Okay.
got the little Betty Ray's pin on it.
Yeah, I need that back.
I don't have it.
You're known for stealing things.
I was gonna say you got to watch him.
I know.
And you know what's really funny about that stealing? I used to steal so much, like a lot. I used to steal from Quick Trip. I used to steal from Walmart.
I was too scared to steal. I had
I
was the same way.
Yeah, we used to have foster kids. Well, I didn't have foster. My family did, and some of the foster kids that come through would try to teach me how to steal at Walmart, and I could never go through with it. They got gum and they shared it, but
I'll tell you what curbed my didn't stop it, but what curbed my stealing like a great deal was seeing somebody getting arrested at Dollar General.
Good. Yeah.
I was like, because I was going in there for, I don't know what. I don't really shop there, but I was going in there for something, and somebody was walking out in handcuffs, and I'm like, yo, what happened? Shoplifting. I was like, they're going, this is Dollar General. They're like, hey. They're going, and it's gonna be like, it was like a $5,000 fine or like some prison time. I was like,
yeah.
Dollar General.
I think that's why I was always too scared, because I think you just get you always get caught at some point. And also with my luck, which is the worst luck ever, I would get caught on my first try. So
I saw a TikTok recently though that Target, like they tell their employees not to stop people shoplifting unless it is an amount big enough to like get a felony.
Yeah, that's why you can steal toothbrushes.
Where did that come from?
wait, they just let them steal?
Yeah,
that's what it said. That's what it
purpose?
said.
Like sometimes they just like, because like
Not to go through the hassle, I think.
there are cameras and they are
Yeah.
watching you. But like if you like, let's say you go and you steal a toothbrush, right? $7, $8. Then you're like, oh, I got
toothbrushes you buying?
Oral-B Pulsar.
Of course.
So you could steal that, and like they probably, maybe they didn't catch you, but maybe they did catch you the second time. Like, okay. And then they watch out for you every time you go into the store. And then maybe you might steal some conditioner. Maybe you might steal a little bitty thing of headphones. And then like you start getting a little confident. And let's say you want to go big and you steal like a video
TV.
game or like a TV or something. Like you try to like really get it. That's when they will get you, because then it's over a certain amount to where they can actually prosecute you, get you like some real like jail or prison time. I know about these
that
things.
makes sense.
Have you ever like been shopping in a store, check out, and then leave, and then realize you forgot to like ring something up in your cart?
No, but I have friends that will accidentally forget to ring
Okay,
something
well,
up.
I didn't accidentally. I've done it before, where like
Yeah.
I get to my car, and I feel so bad. I feel guilty.
Yeah.
I'm
Do
like,
you go back and pay for it?
no, but I'm like, this
feel
was
bad.
forever ago. Yeah. Well, I'm like, you know.
I don't feel bad one bit.
Well, at that point, you have to walk all the way back into the store.
Yeah.
You have to have an awkward conversation with the people greeting.
Yeah.
Then they think you're stealing, but
They
they're
didn't
not.
know I stole before.
Exactly.
Which I didn't steal.
You got away with it.
I did this one thing where I went and bought some wood chips and then like some rugs for my house, and I purposely put the rugs on the bottom of the cart and then put all these big old bags of wood chips on top, rang up all the wood chips, forgot to scan the rugs, and somebody stopped me and was like, hey, did you scan those? I was like, oh my heavens, I forgot the rugs. Oh, thank you for reminding me. And I went back and like paid for the rugs.
Do you do self-checkout?
Every time, boy.
They watch you at self-checkout.
Not always.
Walmart does. They have like the door greeters like right there, like just staring.
Well, okay.
But hey, I mean,
They don't always catch you.
hey,
I'm getting real good. Ocean's 11 over here. Okay, I'm getting real good at some stuff.
My mom, I'm going to tell this story really quickly. She went to the self-checkout, scanned everything, bagged it, left the store. She forgot to pay. She literally walked out she scanned everything and then just walked out and started loading stuff in her car. Forgot to pay. And then the worker came out and was like, ma'am, you never paid for these items. And she was so embarrassed, ran back inside. But yeah, so that's another one.
I thought you were going to say she got home and then realized she didn't.
No, she would have if they hadn't came out.
So she was just like, boop, boop. All right,
Yeah,
that's it.
she forgot.
Oh, man, my ex had we got a case of water one time. Case of water, and she had it under the cart. And she legit forgot about it. We get to the car, we load it up, and I realized, oh, she didn't pay for that. And so I wait till we got home, and I'm like, hey, by the way, you forgot to pay for that water. And she broke down in tears about it. And I was like, look, hey, I don't feel bad. I'm not the one going to jail over this. I made it so much worse. Oh, she was in hysterics about it. It was great. It was a good time.
Yeah, I'm not here for it, but you live your thug life. What do you...
Hey, real quick, I'm sorry. What do you call these? Like, say the name.
I noticed this.
Reese's Pieces?
Say it again.
Oh no. Oh no.
Say it with your chest.
Reese's Pieces.
Thank you. You said it correctly.
Oh, good. I thought it was... Normally people say it wrong.
Yeah, I'm in trouble here.
Are they Reese's Pieces?
How do you pronounce pieces?
Oh, first of all, I say Reese's Pieces.
How do you pronounce pieces?
Pieces.
But now, because Reese's is in front of it, we say pieces.
Yeah,
Reese's
you gotta make it
Pieces.
catchy.
Or maybe you're just pronouncing it wrong.
No.
And now both of the words are wrong.
I feel like 2 against 1. You're wrong.
Okay. So, okay.
This is how I feel about this.
You're
No,
half right.
You don't have a mic yet.
Are you on my... Yes.
You don't have a mic.
No,
You
you're
don't
half
count.
right. So if it's the peanut butter cup, it's a Reese's. Reese's. That's how you say it. It's a Reese's peanut butter cup. If it's
You're
these little things, it's
destroying your
Reese's
argument.
Pieces.
See,
Oh
but
my
you're gonna hate me because I say Reese's all the time. Like I want some Reese's.
At least he has some consistency here.
Yeah. At least I'm consistent with it.
Yeah. Well. All right.
What's the question? What's question today?
So wait.
Oh,
what-
actually, we were gonna.
what's the topic?
Well, we're talking about college, but last time Brinkley was on,
But-
there was 2 more questions on the high school thing I want to talk about. Who was your favorite teacher in high school?
I had 2.
Me too.
Mr. Musgrath and Miss Hannick and Miss Draheim, because they
Oh
were
my
like
goodness.
That was 3. He doesn't know how to count.
No, because like
but-
those 3, like they all. Okay, so did y'all have like bungalows in school, or did you? So, wait, you went to like Chrisman or
Oh, you
Truman.
mean like different like
little
groups?
trailers, like little
Oh
trailers.
yeah, we did, but they don't have them anymore.
So we did. Like our school was like it was all one level. There was no like floors. There was kind of, but like our school was like a campus. Like it was like it was like a little like college campus. So they had these little like pockets of like little trailer bungalows.
Yeah.
And so Mrs. Hannick, Draheim, and Mr. Musgrath, they all were like in this little knit, and they all like were cool, and I had all my classes with them. And so they were like all my favorite because they all like worked together and like they all like liked each other, and they had like little rivalries, and Mr. Musgrath cussed. And I like
So that made him cool. Yeah.
like when I found out teachers could cuss, I was like, yo,
Yeah.
Mom, Dad, did you know?
like I'm like 16, 17, I'm cussing, but I didn't know they could do it too.
They lose it after they graduate high school.
I was blown away.
Yeah. No, we had trailers at Chrisman. They got rid of
I
them.
know you did because you lived in one.
Boy, you better.
Boom. You want to bring up old stuff? Okay. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, pop my knuckles. You get back real quick. No. We had trailers, but my senior year they started to get rid of them because they like got a grant to build some new stuff. But my favorite teachers in high school was Mrs. Hayes, who was our theater teacher, and Miss Sobey, who is now at Staley, but she was my broadcasting teacher. So yeah, I was in broadcasting. I was on CTV. Made some vids.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
I wouldn't watch them. I mean, actually, I would watch them. It's nostalgia, but yeah. Actually, and we got because of our class, we got to help make the senior video. Did you guys ever get like a senior DVD of like pictures?
Nope.
Okay, so
It sounds like schools with money.
you ain't talking about Chrisman. Trust me. But yeah, like we made a DVD,
That's fun.
and so like we interviewed people. We had like pictures, memories, like cool thing. All of our senior class.
Wow.
So it was kind of cool. Yeah.
What a fun project.
What about you? Any favorite teachers come to mind?
Yeah, so I had 2. Miss Stinnett, she taught me my freshman year. She was a math teacher, and then she also taught me for pre-calculus. So she was great. And she also was in charge of homecoming as well. So she was super involved, really fun. And then Miss Amos, who was in my...
There was 3 teachers. You just said 3.
She said
I
two.
just said 1.
I can't count.
We know.
That's okay.
Mrs.
Anyway,
Amos.
Miss Amos. She was my graphic design class teacher. She was so fun. Loved her.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. What about, and the other question was about prom, right?
Oh yeah, did you go to prom?
Yeah.
Like,
Like both times? Did you have 2?
wait, what's
Junior,
2?
senior year?
It's a very soft subject sore subject
oh,
for me.
I'm sorry.
Because our class at Chrisman was, so the class above us had a junior prom, and we were the first class to not have a junior prom. So it was a very sore subject.
I'm sad.
So
Is
no,
junior this is a dumb question, but is junior prom for juniors? Okay. Yeah, our school didn't have like a junior prom.
No, we had like a combined, only upperclassmen could go to prom. So you could go to prom your junior year and your senior year, but it was combined.
Oh, see, no, like it was seniors was prom. I mean, unless you got invited.
Yeah.
And then they would have a junior prom too, but I don't know what that looked like because I didn't get to have it. So
I got to go to prom twice because I was dating someone that was older than me. So I got to go to her prom, then I got to go to my prom.
I never did go. I only went to prom once.
But yeah, so I recently was at this place. I was at Union Station in St. Louis, and there was a high school prom going on down there. And I was like, I happened to be in the same building they were in because we were doing like an event in another part of the station. And I was like, oh, cool, there's a prom going on. And so I was looking like at the kids dancing, and I was like, boy, y'all don't know what y'all doing down there. Like, they were just like snapping their fingers. And I was like, oh, man. I lost my mind at prom. Like,
I saw you at Ben and Emily's wedding.
Bro, I was way worse at my high school prom, bro.
You were worse?
Oh, my goodness.
Were you twerking on the wall and stuff?
Bro, I was twerking the paint off the walls. Like, oh, man. Like at schools, like there's sometimes teachers walking around like separating. Like, I got separated a bunch of times.
So I did in
I was grind. Oh,
middle school.
I
got
lost my
separated.
mind on that dance floor.
Middle school dances, I got separated.
Because
Because that's when I would. I know it's weird, but that's when I
yeah, co-ed dancing.
Yeah.
These
Well, I
kids.
remember one
today.
time I danced with my girl. It was my girlfriend at the time, and like I had my hands in her pockets.
Ooh,
But I mean, yeah,
You got
That was-
separated?
it was interesting. Anyways,
But yeah, I saw like a prom like recently, like a couple of days ago. I was like, y'all are pitiful out there. Whew, I don't know what y'all doing.
So what did you wear to prom? Did you like do anything special?
I wore a tux. It was like a rented tuxedo thing. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't anything like the kids today that I see on TikTok that are like having like these color schemes going on. Like
Yeah. Did you have any special shoes or anything, or it was just the
standard tux
Yep.
shoes. And it was like it was black with like I think my shirt was like ivory because like her dress was ivory. So like that was it.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't anything crazy.
The only thing different I did, and I don't know why I did it, but I went and got my haircut done that day because I was like going to go to prom. And so they asked if they wanted to style anywhere. I said, yeah, let's style it as a faux hawk. And I wore it to prom. And I've never had worn that hairstyle before.
I cut my
never
hair
since then
for prom.
either.
I cut my hair. I had dreadlocks before, like literally like the day before prom, and then I cut it off and
off.
like had a nice little,
Okay.
nice
little
trim.
fade?
Nice little fade. Thank you for knowing what that is. Appreciate you,
welcome.
Brinkley.
Of course.
What about you? Did you go to prom?
I did. So it was for upperclassmen, juniors, and seniors. So I went both years with the same boyfriend.
Is this the boyfriend that you would have went back and told yourself to break up with?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was gonna.
Oh, and there's kind of a story with this because this dress I wore my senior year was controversial.
Oh.
He didn't think I should have wore it. He didn't like. It was a 2-piece, so it was like top and bottom. Both of my prom dresses were
Scandalous.
2 pieces, but it was super cute. But he thought it was too much
And he
showy.
thought he could tell you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. And I almost didn't get it, and I was having a breakdown in the dress shop. And
I am glad you bought that dress.
the girl at the counter said, if you break up, like, you pick your dress and what you want your photos in, because you're going to regret not getting this just because of him. And so then him and his mom walked in to pick me up, and I was wearing the dress,
Good.
and they were like, yeah. And I looked
Good.
great. So
Do you still have the dress?
I do, actually. We couldn't sell it. No one bought it. So we just kept it.
Julia had like a ton of dresses when we got together, and I feel like selling dresses is hard because
Yeah,
we tried
well-
to sell them a couple times, and
Styles will phase in and out.
Yeah.
And so if it's a universal, which both of mine were Sherry Hills, the first one sold literally the day we dropped it off.
Okay.
Second one, it was a little bit more of a unique design, so it wasn't as popular. But
yeah.
Well, you know what's funny about controversial dresses? So my wife has what she calls her slutty dress. So, and like, okay,
I don't picture Emily.
let me tell you something. So I've known my wife like for like 5-6 years, and so like I remember our first like nice thing. She was like pulling out. She's like, "No, not this one." And I'm like, "Whoa! What's that one? What's that one?" She was like, "That's my slutty dress." And I was like, "Put that on, girl. What you mean?" She's like, "No, I can't." I was like, "Girl, we are married. Wear that dress. You ain't got no kids. Like, come on." So she never wore it, and like I would beg her every time she had to put on. I'm like, "Babe, break out the slutty dress." And I honestly never got to see the dress on her until Ben and Emily's wedding, and she's like, again, picking out dresses. I'm like, "Babe, just put on. I just want to see the slutty dress." She puts it on. I'm like, "That's it." It's not backless. It's not strapless. It's not super short like I was
That
hoping.
was your response?
Yeah, I was so let down because but by her definition, it was way too revealing because like it was a little low cut, and she was like, no, and like the back had like a lace thing on it. And I'm like, This is what you worried about? She was like, this is too much. I was like, girl.
I mean, I get you were thinking of something different, but I mean, you
thought it
could have
was-
been like, that looks really good, babe.
No. It looked good, but like.
Did you tell her that?
I don't think so. I was like, babe. I was like, honey, this is not a slutty dress. Like, I don't know what you
You've
think
been
it
telling her to
is.
wear this dress for years, and your first response was, "That's it."
Yes, I felt let down. I don't
Emily,
care.
I am sorry.
No, she didn't look. Shut up. Yeah, you know what?
So the dress you wore at the wedding was that dress?
No, it wasn't the slutty one. I was like, don't even wear that one. Because I thought it was gonna be some like hoochie mama like dress or skirt thing, and I was like, that's a regular dress. I don't know what you talking about. That dress is fine. You can wear that to church.
Before you get canceled, let's go to the question of the day.
Whatever. All right, we're talking about college this time because Brinkley just graduated from college like 5 minutes ago.
Go
By the way,
Jennies.
hey,
Go Jens.
Go Jens. Yeah.
I know your dad is probably going to watch this episode because you're on it.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Papa Dad Beaver for the truck. Proud
Yeah.
owner of a new.
Yeah, that
number.
was.
I wasn't
gonna say anything.
I saw
but
it
yeah.
parked out there, and I was like, "You got a truck?"
Yeah, I did. So it
Nice.
was his truck. When he first got it, I was in love with it, and I would try to drive it whenever I could. He said he traded it in because he got a new 4Runner and said they traded it in, and I was heartbroken.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
I thought
they
it was
lied.
like a brand new truck.
No, but they got it fixed up. So like they said they traded it in because it had some issues. So half of that was true. It did have some issues. They didn't trade it in. They didn't tell me. He just got it fixed up, and then they gave it to me for a graduation present.
He sent me he
awesome.
sent me a picture of it,
Oh yeah, okay.
and I was like, right on, Brinkley got
Yeah.
a brand new. Like I
It's-
showed it to my wife. I was
it's
like,
sweet.
Brinkley got a truck.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, are they rich? I was like, I think so. I guess so. Like, you giving out trucks?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I was blown
Like
away.
those My Sweet 16 parties. Did you ever watch that show on MTV?
That is one show I kind of did watch a little bit.
They were so dramatic. Did you ever watch that show? Oh, the parties they would have, and then anyways.
Yeah.
Next.
All right,
So-
college. That's the topic of
Question of the day.
If you got your Hogwarts letter in the mail, would you leave your family behind to join the Wizarding World?
Yes. Now this is terrible timing because they just got me a truck. I love my family, but without a hesitation.
Hey, I have a child.
And that's
I'll
the hard.
see you later. Like I would check in on you, make sure you're good.
We can send letters.
You could telepath. I
You
feel
have
like
owls to send mail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going, and I'm sitting in the school with like the 11-year-old kids too, as a 36-year-old man, like Leviosa. Like I'm doing.
It's
I'm,
Leviosa.
like I'm doing
Leviosa, not Leviosa.
7 years of Hogwarts as a 35-year-old or
Listen.
however old I am. I'm going.
I think my wife would tell me to go.
Hey, be for real. Can he go? Like,
But I mean, that would be leaving her behind with the 2 kids.
this is by the way, this is like a boarding school. Like he is there for like 7, 8, 9 months.
It would. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't go. I don't think I could not. With my wife, I could not leave her alone for 7 years. I don't think she'd survive.
Oh, Brinkley wanted to know what house we'd be a part of.
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you done the tests?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
you want
Okay,
to
so
say?
I didn't know if you were going to. I'm a
took it twice.
Hufflepuff.
I'm a Hufflepuff. Yeah. You're a Slytherin.
We need a high five count.
Y'all are lame.
Fire. So I meshed with those kids a little
Yes.
bit. Well, I
It
did vote for this.
It really. Wait, hold on.
Sorry.
Hufflepuffs?
What you think?
First of all,
So
checks out for the
you
both of you.
tested and cheated on the test so that you'd come out Gryffindor because that's the cool one, but you're actually a Slytherin.
So I took the test twice.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You just answered for him.
I took the test twice. I tested in the Slytherin. I was so devastated. So I took it to get in and got Gryffindor. I was like, all right, here we go. Now this makes
So
sense.
you cheated the second time.
Wow.
I don't know if I cheated, but
How did I know?
You literally called
I
it.
don't want to be a Slytherin. I'm not that bad.
They're not all bad.
Bro,
like
you
just
just
the
talked
ones you
about
see are
your
bad. You all
stealing.
I was
Here's
just
the thing. Like if I was a Slytherin and the war like went, I'd have been like, no, I'm staying to help everybody
Oh,
else.
for sure. Yeah, but
Like, I'm
you
not
wouldn't have
going-
been a Draco. Well,
I wouldn't have been the Draco.
It's been a minute. Anyways.
Draco was a Slytherin. Yeah, he was the.
But didn't he at the end turn to help? Kind of.
No.
No.
He
Not
just was a he chose to be
A wimp.
indifferent. Yeah.
All right, come on, we got to get off Harry Potter before we get
Who's
canceled.
the funniest person in your life that you personally know? Go ahead and say me, Caleb. I'm waiting.
I actually don't know. I wanted to know who y'all thought was the funniest person.
I feel like you want us to say you.
I don't. Like, I know that I'm a comedian, but I don't, like, if it's not me, like, I'm fine with the answer not, I mean that. I'm fine with the answer not being me. I just want to know who in your life is, like, the funniest person you know.
Don't all answer at once.
You know what? You know who's funny to me? My brother Chris. Like, he is really funny. Like, he's got a really good sense of humor about himself, and like I find him to be really funny.
I'm gonna skip answering this one because I don't have an answer right now.
That's fine. You know, your comedian friend it's fine. This man has gone to see me do stand up. He said I was funny. I asked him, "Who's the funniest person you know?" You know, I just don't know right now. That's fine.
I'm really having to think.
That's fine.
Is he funny though?
All right,
He
so
is funny.
to get into,
Did you see what he posted at my graduation?
Which
Yeah,
one?
talk about getting canceled.
I'm getting canceled for that for sure.
What'd you post?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm a little warm.
Yes, I
being
did.
there and being in the
Yes.
ceremony, and as you're posting things as it's happening, seeing him in the stands
It
post
was the
them,
whole
I
time.
was
It was
just like,
multiple- yes,
this is
okay.
hilarious.
That took me a second to remember. Yes.
So yeah, so what happened? Since we're talking about college, I went to your graduation. By the way, you know what came in the mail today?
My announcement.
Your invitation.
Mm-hmm.
So it made me feel like I was like, does she really not want me to go? Like she was like, you know,
No,
what,
that's why I
the-
texted you the information before because I knew it was going to get there late.
Because as I was driving there, I was like, Brinkley really didn't sound like she really wanted me there. I don't know if I should really come.
She's being really nice right now, but she told me earlier she wished you weren't there.
I'd believe it.
Why did you tell him?
Sorry. We believe honesty on this platform.
You're right.
Anyway,
You're right.
so I'll tell you because
Caleb, you are one of the funniest people I know.
I know. So I was
take it back.
I was
now.
going to say, it makes you want to not admit it.
Anyway, I'm funny though. So at her graduation though, so there's like, you know, people's names being called, and there's a person reading. The person happens to be white. That's just what was going on. And I look up, and I'm just like looking at this because it's a long graduating take forever. Mm-hmm. So it's a long line of people, and I'm saying, oh, there's a bunch of like Indian or Middle Eastern people that are about to come, and I'm like, ooh, I know their names are probably going to be maybe like really complicated because I work with a lot of Middle Eastern people, and I'm like, yo, their names got a lot of syllables in them. And so I know old buddy Ralph over here is about to start struggling reading these names. And the first like two, he like fumbles through and he's like, he walks off the mic like, I can't do this. And so, like, another person who happens to be, like, Middle Eastern, like, he
It's
gets
true.
up and, like, he starts...
This is 100% true.
Did you
like-
notice it while it was happening?
Well, I wasn't paying attention, but because I was on my phone because it's boring.
Because I'm posting about
And
it.
I don't
then-
know any of these people anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all
College
I heard
graduations
was
are
like
long.
a very much changed to where like the names were really slow. And then I hear a different voice and they're like spouting them off. And I can't understand anything that was being said.
Yeah,
And-
the person
yeah.
that starts reading these, like, Middle Eastern and Indian names, he starts reading them, like, as they are, like, accurately supposed to be pronounced, like, with the syllables and all that. He's pronouncing their names correctly.
Which is great.
Which
I
is-
love that they did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but it made me laugh.
Yeah.
Because Ralph couldn't do it. And I was just like, this is the funniest thing. I watched him walk off the mic and he was like, I can't do this.
Well, and I give him props though, because honestly, for
He
those
tried.
for
He
those kids, the students when their names getting called, like
And their
They
family,
want-
their
yeah,
family
they
wants
want-
to hear
they've
their name.
just-
And
yeah. So I
completed-
give him props for being like, no,
Yeah.
someone needs to say their name properly.
it made
Yeah.
me laugh because then when they finished and
Well-
it went back to like other people's names, the white cat guy came back.
Yeah, there was
He
a
was
brief
like, Brittany
break
Connor.
of like,
I'm like,
white people, and then it went back and they subbed in and out just for like the
Interesting.
three.
Yeah.
it tickled me senseless. I was like, that's funny.
Interesting.
To me, that it made me laugh.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah.
That might turn into some material. I don't know yet, but I got to figure out the joke for that. Which I don't think
Alright.
I'm funny.
Oh
so.
yeah, you should do that. That would be funny.
Anyway,
All right. So topic today is college.
Mm-hmm.
So Miss Brinkley, you're an expert because you just graduated. Go Gens.
All the things.
Um,
Go Gens.
You gonna do it, Caleb?
I don't know what that means.
Actually, in
it's
the
a mule.
WWE, this is the Wolf Dogs.
Well, in sign language, this means it's like the devil. So that's
And also in the Illuminati, that also it means the devil.
Yeah.
Ice Spice got a lot of flack for throwing up that at the
yeah,
at the
Chiefs
Super Bowl.
game,
actually,
yeah.
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 So y'all have done that like this episode the last time she was on here. What are you trying to do to our episode, Brinkley?
Sorry.
You know what? Brinkley's gonna get us canceled.
Undermining. I'm sorry.
I
Pitiful.
mean, then they need to change their
I know, but they don't know.
yeah.
We're
Anyway.
trying to get on the college topic, though.
Well, do you think
Yeah,
college
we're-
is important in this decade going forward?
Nope. Well, okay, let me say this. If you want to, if your career pursuit requires like physical like training, like a doctor or a lawyer, things that like require like a certificate for a certification, that doesn't sound
Certification.
correct. Certification.
There you go.
Boy, if your career requires like certifications and like tests to ensure that you know what you're doing with people's lives, you absolutely should go to school, college. But for like, if you want to work for T-Mobile or if you want to work, in a firm, you can literally be trained to do anything. Like a business degree. I think it's important. I don't think it's there's too big of an emphasis on it. Like,
I think it depends on what you want to do with your life, like you said.
Like I
Because
just said.
it's if you if you know for certain when you get out of high school, like this is what I want to, or like generally, like you can start your gen studs or whatever, gen studs,
Studies.
gen eds.
hey, real quick before we continue, did you go to college?
I did some semesters.
Some semester.
Some semesters.
Yeah, I didn't like finish. I went to Blue River for like 2-3 semesters, and I went to Liberty University online for a
Did
semester.
you finish an associate's then, or just
No.
okay?
College, I personally hated college.
Yeah.
I thought it was way more boring than high school.
Okay, yeah.
And I but I also didn't live in like the dorm lifestyle or like the college lifestyle.
okay.
I was working, going to class at night. It was
That makes sense.
looked completely different.
Yeah.
So I also had no clue what I wanted to do with my life. So like I thought maybe business, so I took some business classes, and then Liberty University online. I thought I was going to be a pastor, and so I went in for ministry. But then I realized like I can minister to others in my current role, just like in my current job, just by whatever. And also I think sometimes when you get behind the scenes in churches, it just gets a little muddy, and I didn't want to. I knew that's not what my ultimate path was. So
Yeah.
But for me, it like I wish I didn't go to any college, but also like I don't know, just because now I owe money for stuff I didn't
Yeah.
really do. But no, I went to work straight out of high school into hospice, and I've been in hospice ever since. And so for me, it was a different pathway. Like I didn't need college for where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Now there are times where I do think like, oh, it would be great if I had my nursing degree because of aspects in hospice. Like I could get promoted to this or this, but I don't plan on going back to school. But like, I think nursing, if you want to be a nurse, I do think that like you should go get your BSN right out of the gate, because then you graduate at like 21, 22, and nurses make they make good money
Starting out, yeah.
And there's lots of different avenues, and yes, healthcare, there's a lot to it, but there's so many different avenues that you can find something that fits your niche.
Yeah.
So anyways,
What about
Yeah,
you?
I mean,
you
I don't-
just graduated. Do you think college is important?
I don't know if I would add anything that you guys haven't already said, because I agree certain degrees, or if you know exactly what you want to do, then yeah, because having a degree is going to help you more than not having one. But for the reason of just going to go to college, money wise is not worth it. Now that's different too as an athlete, because part of my college was paid for because I got a scholarship,
Yeah.
which made it more reasonable. My brother didn't use his degree at all. But he got some scholarships, so he's not paying as much student loans. But like the job he has now, he's not using it at all. So now he's just paying off loans on a degree that he's not benefiting from.
Yeah.
And then in the same way, like I will use mine with what I want to do because I knew what I wanted to do. So that was just a benefit.
Yeah.
But like the job I'm searching for right now, if you're hiring, the job
Brinkley
you're
Beever,
searching
everybody.
for, the job I'm searching for right now, like probably isn't degree related. So, it's just
Yeah.
kind of, if it ends up working out and helping you, then it's nice to have. But if not, then
but
that just kind of sucks.
your specific degree, like you knew that's the navigation in life you wanted to go.
Yes. Yeah.
See, and that's what I think, like, definitely.
It's
if
worth
you-
it, yeah.
If you know, like, go ahead and get that out of the way right out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
But don't play like 8 years in college because you never knew what you wanted to do.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
such a way,
Yeah,
Did you
like,
go to college?
I had some semesters.
I already said that.
No, hey. So I wanted to go to college because I looked at my my life and was like, I think college is for me. I felt like college was going to be like the best way to like change the circumstances that I was in. I also kind of wanted to be a barber for a little bit, so I was like, I could just go to barber school. But then my teacher, like Miss Hannick, Miss Draheim, Mr. Muskrat, they were like, how about you own like a barber shop? Why don't you go to school for business, learn how to run one, and then you can still be a barber? And I was like, oh yeah, I could do all that. So I wanted to go, like I knew I wanted to like be in business. So I was like, easy, let me get a business degree. That sounds like the most simplest thing. Yeah. So I didn't know though. So when I went to school, like I went to like community college first because I had applied for like one university. I don't know if I actually even really sent the application over to like the university. I know I like wrote college like admissions request letters or something like that. I don't know if I actually sent them, but like I got like a little like financial aid. So I was like, I could go to community college for free and basically get paid to go to school. Cause I didn't like, so that's what I did. Like I graduated high school, applied to some like JUCOs, and then like got accepted obviously because everybody gets accepted. I thought it was a big deal too. I was like, too. Yo, I got accepted.
I did too, and then I realized everybody got accepted.
I got accepted to Los Angeles Pierce Community College, and they were like, of course you did. I was like, no, I got in though. Yeah. And they were like,
it's funny because I literally with Blue River, I got the letter and I was like,
no, I'm on my way. But yeah, and then I found out everybody who applies gets in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a tool. I don't think it's necessary, but I think it's always an added little like feather in your cap to have. Like it's not like.
And I would say, and this is just my opinion, but I think if you don't know what you want to do, but you really do want to go to college to get a degree, I think getting a degree in business or communications or something like that is a good avenue to go.
Yeah.
Because you could change it later down the line, but also like looking, like if you've ever looked for jobs, most of the time they just require a bachelor's degree. And
they don't even say a degree.
And it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah. And
exactly.
So if you have a degree in business, like that's going to teach you a lot. And could actually get you up the ranks and stuff. So that's my personal opinion, but
yeah, like I got a friend, like I'm a consultant. I got a friend, her degree is in like horticulture or like biology. Like she wanted to study plants. So she got a degree in plants. I don't know what the actual degree is, but it's like something it's something planty.
Yeah.
And she works in consulting with me. Like ain't got nothing to do with her degree. And I'm like, how did you get this job? She's like, they required a degree. And I was like, oh.
I think so. I didn't go to college. My wife did. Like I said, she went to UCM as well. And I do know that as there you go. A lot of people, when they graduate from high school, they typically don't get a job in their field for quite some time, sometimes, depending. Now, if you're a nurse, obviously, you can get jobs. But hers was in music technology. And so I remember, like, after she graduated, it was kind of this, like, waiting period. And there was a lot of emotions that came with that because she just wanted to do what she just learned for 4 years.
Yeah.
Now, she got a huge blessing of an opportunity and ended up in her field, like, doing exactly what she wanted to do. She wanted to work for, like, a church / like Christian organization doing music, creating pads and sounds, and like that's what she gets to do on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And so at that time, like that's what led her into where she's at, and it's been cool to see that. But I do know there are people that like go to school and for years they're horticulture, but they're not doing what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I would add, if you don't know what you want to do, don't go to college to figure it out. Like, just try stuff in the real world, because if you try something and you like it, then great. Or if you like it, then now you know what degree to get. If you go to college, UCM does this thing to where you can be like an open options where you're undeclared major, but you take all these different classes that you're paying for. And it's like, if you do that in the real world, you don't have to pay for it. Or if you find what you want to do, then you can go back to school and know what you want to do if you need it.
Yeah.
But I think it's a money saver. Now, granted, if you want to go to college and live that experience, do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, and I agree, because sometimes you can gain experience working those jobs. That's going to lead you to bigger jobs.
Yep.
Like, for instance, like I said, with hospice, I started out in medical records when I was in high school, got my CNA, and now I'm marketing for hospice. Like, it's just, it's been a long road, but I mean, I have a lot of experience now that led to that. Whereas, I could have missed out on some of that just by going to college. So, and you may end up getting experience, getting promoted in a job, and then realizing like, oh, hey, I, kind of like bossing people around.
Yeah.
Why don't we let Brinkley ask the next question?
Do you regret not finishing college?
Yes.
No.
I'm not gonna get
And
into
why?
it. I think that again, it's a tool. I think I could be further along in my career if I had, because again, with like interviews and stuff like that, they just want to know, do you have a degree? And I think that there's also like a different, like people with degrees, like they move just a little bit differently in the corporate world. Like a degree carries so much more weight than I think that it should. It's like your chances of getting an interview are better. It's all that stuff.
I agree.
Yeah.
So,
No, it is.
I for me, because of what I do, I regret not having a degree.
Yeah.
So,
and I think, and that just, for me, it goes back to the experience. Because I'm older now, because I have so many years of experience, for me, that experience can equate to a degree at this point now. Whereas, I don't regret not going to college. I wish I didn't go to college, because then I wouldn't have these stupid student loans. I was so dumb with student loans. Can I just be honest? I got Blue River, and then we go into this intro class, and they ask us about loans, and they're like, subsidized, unsubsidized. You can ask for however much you want. And I'm like, I'll just put this amount down. I want a new laptop. And I blew that money. I mean, of course, I spent it on school, but I had extra, and I just probably got like some food. I don't even know. But it was so dumb. So dumb.
Well,
we need to get going on these questions because we're running tight on time.
already.
So, Brinkley, as a college athlete, what's some of the biggest misconceptions people have about the student athlete life?
Being a student athlete, I didn't hear a lot of the misconceptions, because student athletes, we kind of like are our own community, I guess. So I wasn't hearing what people were saying about us. But I think there's like a misconception of we get like things are easier for us. Because our coaches help with things, or we have connections to the university. And while that is true, yes, we need those connections because we do need help, because we are going to school full time and we're playing a sport, which is like a full-time job, which is also why we cannot work, which means we're broke.
Yeah.
And we're only getting what we can with our scholarships, which is why NIL is such a great thing now. And I won't even get into that, but, and so I think there's misconceptions of, they get away with missing class or late assignments. But what they don't see is the side of us, traveling, training, and how much we practice, and then playing 36 holes of golf. I wake up at 6 a.m., go play 36 holes of golf competitively. I eat dinner, shower, and then I have to write a paper that night when you can't even move. Like, you're so exhausted. And so I think that's the side that people don't see when, like, we need those extensions. We need the extra help because of how busy we are. It's like a full-time job. So
no, I feel it's in any circumstance, but it's so much easier to look at someone else and be like, they got it so easy.
Yeah,
and you don't even see the whole picture.
I was thinking about like obviously like college basketball, like to think like these big like Big 12 big like conference games. Like, to think about the person that's like very famous right now playing college ball, and you're
Angel
like,
or Caitlin Clark, Angel
like
Reese.
To think to like
Right.
that person's got class like in a couple days. Like, they got to go to class like tomorrow.
I just saw a video of Paige Beckers graduating from UConn, and it's like, that's weird. Not like she does normal student things, but
honestly,
she goes to the quad, and
I didn't even
Yeah.
think about that until you
has
said
to go
that.
to like the student store still to like get a pen.
But thinking
Yes.
of like Caitlin Clark and stuff, like didn't even think,
Yeah.
like, they go to class. Yeah, that's interesting.
Well,
Yeah,
and-
basketball's not their job. They're in school.
yeah. Well, and what's interesting too, so our quarterback got the Harlan Hill, which is basically the Heisman of D2. He got the Harlan Hill this year. And so he's verified on Instagram, like kind of famous. People that don't know him personally, which is what I would imagine it would be for people like Paige or Cameron Brink or any of these names. People that don't see him every day. I mean, I watch film with the quarterbacks. I'm at practice. I'm around him all the time. He golfs, so we play golf sometimes. He's just Zach. He's a normal person. But then you think about like seeing these people like Paige, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Paige Becker. But it's like, no, they're just like a normal person. Like, they're just a college student. But other people that don't know him are like, oh my gosh, that's the Harlan. Like he's magical at football. And it's just funny to think about that dynamic.
Like people like us, like we're just a couple of guys that have a podcast. We're just normal guys.
Yeah.
So did you study what you wanted to study?
Yeah.
And so I feel like you kind of mentioned that before already.
I mean, what I wanted.
Like when you went in, did you plan on
I
going into sports management?
I planned on doing something in sports. I knew I wanted to work something in sports, and I wasn't really interested in business. And so that's why I did sports broadcasting initially. Loved that. And then the master's situation was so that I could take my 5th year of golf eligibility because I graduated with my undergrad. So I started that, got the GA position, which helped me pay for my school because I wouldn't have been able to finish my master's without that. But that was limited, and it was the best thing to round my resume with sport management because it is the business side, which is what I had been lacking. So it made my experience really well-rounded.
So you kind of got a mix of everything.
Yeah.
So you played basketball and golf in high school.
Yeah.
But you got the scholarship for golf.
Yeah.
Okay. So golf brought you right in. So like this UCM was like, hey, we want you to come play golf here. We're going to give you X amount of dollars. You know, obviously, you probably applied for like other grants and other scholarships to pay for your school. So your degree necessarily didn't have to be surrounded by like sports. You could have went to UCM for like biology.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My teammates, like we had accounting, business, nursing, all different. Yeah.
But so you pursued the degree that you were like, I want to study this. This is what I'm going to get my degree in. So like, I just kind of wonder, like, when parents see that their kid is like obviously like gifted in a sport, like, do they kind of like try to like skew your decision? Like, hey, you should study this. Like, do parents like try to like
I'm
influence
sure there are
you?
parents that do, but
Right. So that was kind of like my question behind, did you study what you wanted to study or was your degree kind of like
influenced by your parents?
Influenced by your parents because like your parents probably got you into like sports or golf or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious about
Well,
that.
yeah, I think that's interesting with golf too, because it is a corporate sport. So I think a lot of golf parents specifically would encourage their kids, hey, go into business because goes hand in hand. My parents didn't do that. They just wanted me to do what I wanted to do. The problem is I didn't know what I wanted to do. So my dad out of high school just knew that I grew up watching sports with him, and we're vocal sports watchers.
Yeah.
We talk about what's going on. That's what I like to do. I like to break down plays. That's why I want to be an analyst, because that's what we did. And so he just suggested sports broadcasting. I thought it sounded like something I wouldn't hate, like every other major did. It didn't sound fun, and I was like, cool, yeah, I'll do this. And then I ended up loving it, so it really worked out.
That's awesome. So as a person of faith, as yourself, was it difficult to be a part of the student body or easier?
Difficult. I don't know how it would be easier. Well, if you provided I'm sure there's things that are easier.
I just think,
I guess,
like, if this is the dumb thing, if your faith is strong, then it's like, maybe it's easier for you to like navigate, like, no, I'm not going to do that, or no, I'm not going to be part of that. But if it's difficult, because there's the student life of where like you want to be a part of the community, like you want to have friends, you want to experience certain aspect of college life, but it's like
the parties and stuff.
Yeah.
So how did you navigate that, like being who you are, knowing like your values,
knowing your parents are watching?
No, I'm so sorry, I'm laughing. I
am the funniest person she knows, though. So
she didn't say that.
No, it's just so I didn't navigate it well. That's why it was difficult. Julia could probably attest to this, but UCM is a party school, specifically among the athletes too. Party life is big. And also it's a small town, so there's nothing to do other than go to the bar. So that's definitely, it's difficult, and it was difficult. And I feel like now I found like a healthy balance. But it took me time, and that kind of, we'll get into this later, but things I regret, it has to do with finding that balance. But it was challenging because you want to be a part of a community, and you're in an entirely new city where you don't know anyone. You want to make friends. Well, what is everyone doing? So do I want to sit in my dorm room alone on a Saturday night and be a loner and not know anyone?
Especially when you're not around your family and stuff like that.
Or like go hang out with my teammates and maybe have some drinks.
Yeah.
Now,
No,
did I have to have those drinks? No. Some nights I didn't. Some nights I had too many drinks. Yeah, but that's all part of finding
I was
balance.
kind of like that too because I grew up as a person of faith, and like even like at a community college, like I still had friends who went out like on the weekends, and I'm like, oh, we're going. And
You talk to people at the community college?
like again,
I had friends, but like we weren't like, hey, you want to hang out afterwards?
So there was like a group of like 10 of us from like high school that we all like applied to the same community college, and was like, and then we all like
got in accepted.
We all got accepted. So like showing up to school like, yo, you guys are here too. Like my best friend was a cheerleader, and we went to like the community college together. So like me and her hung out every day.
Yeah, that makes
school.
sense.
We took different classes because she actually took it seriously and I did not. But in between classes or whatever, we hung out in the library together or the study like rooms or computer labs. Like we just hung out all the time, and so it was great.
I mean,
And then
I didn't
on
go
the
to
weekends, like,
school
we would go to party. She would get
with
invited
anybody
to
I knew.
parties. I would go as her plus one, or like I would go with her. I was the DD. I was not like, I just wasn't really into drinking. Like I didn't care. Like it wasn't.
And now
my
you
thing.
drink tea.
And now I drink tea. It wasn't drinking like alcohol was just not my thing. So like I was happy to be the DD. Like, hey, I'll make sure y'all get wherever you need to go safely. We'll get home safely. So that just the drinking thing was not a part of my life. Smoking now, also not a part of my life. But
Hold on, we're gonna get into the things you regret because that's up next.
all right, cool.
I got one thing to say real quick.
Okay.
To wrap this up, I agree. Like I imagine how like you do have to kind of navigate that and learn yourself because that's your first time away from your parents.
Yeah.
And you're learning how to be your own individual and make your own decisions, and you learn from the bad ones. My sister-in-law Megan, she is getting ready to graduate, but she like the way she navigated it is she got into this. It was like called CCH. At Mizzou, so it was like a Christian, like kind of
campus
like a
house.
yeah. And she has like the joy and the stories she comes home with, like she loves it, and that is her like parties. You know, like they do movie, like but like that's what
great.
she loves.
Sounds lame.
So we have FCA, so Fellowship
Okay.
of Christian Athletes, which is also a great kind of funny thing for athletes to meet at because it's also like, well, we're also partying, but like we love Jesus, so so we're figuring out together. But that was great because it was like it's a good reset every week to like go and like get plugged in and have community. And then there some accountability comes in that. And so they didn't ever plan anything on the weekends. Unfortunately, we just didn't do that. But
So you're going to the bars again.
yeah, it's like
Who's hosting the Ranger?
We meet up at the bar. What do you think about that passage on Wednesday?
It was great.
So the Uber's gonna be here in a little bit. So
So going on, you guys both have kind of touched into this, but what was the dumbest thing you guys ever participated in at college?
So okay, I'm gonna say smoking, but I didn't actually, and I mean like not weed. Still never done that. Don't care about it. Don't want to do it. Go with God if you want to. That's fine. But so like I said, I was the DD. I was like always the DD, and so we would go to these. We would hit parties like every weekend, or like Friday night, Saturday night, sometimes on Sunday night, sometimes on Thursday night too. Like we went to parties, and at all these parties we would go to, there was these group of guys that would just like post up in like a corner of a backyard somewhere. These parties always got broken up by the cops too, which was so cool. Like to be a part. Hey,
everybody run!
Yo, and I was the DD, so I would grab my best friend and we would just book it to her car. So anyway, there are these guys they were at every party, and it was like the same like 4 to 6 dudes, big white tees, and they would just post up and smoke Black and Milds. And
so like cigars. Okay.
Cigars. Now, I think, this is how I feel, I think Black and Milds smell amazing.
Oh, they do. Cigars smell amazing.
So good.
Yes.
Maybe I don't know this one specifically, but cigars make me gag.
Black and
You would have to
Milds.
smell a Black and Mild. Like the wine one or the...
I don't know.
Well, I'm probably only around the really cheap ones that
They are very cheap.
Oh, well then I don't know.
So-
No, you're probably around you're probably around the expensive
real ones?
because
Oh.
like those are just like
Oh, yeah,
tobacco.
she came from
Yeah,
money,
oh,
so
that's-
Yeah. So like the Black and Milds are ones like they're like 2 for 99 cents. I feel like
they're real
they got
cheap.
those little tip, but they like have flavors, and so
Oh, yeah. So okay, that makes
So
sense.
anyway, So these guys are at every party
Sure
we
you
go
needed
to
that
all the
knowledge.
time. And I think
Shocked
these
I
are
didn't
the
already know
coolest
this.
dudes in the world. And I want to be a part of the community. So we're going out tomorrow night. Bet. I get my big white tee and I go to the gas station, get some Black and Milds because I'm going to just like post up and stand with these guys. And so we get to the party. They're there. And I'm like, I walk over my Black and Milds. I'm like, yo, can I kick it with y'all? They're like, oh yeah, what's up, man? So I get my Black and Mild out.
Oh no.
Oh God. Oh, I start dying. I'm like, you know what? Y'all can have these. I'm gonna go ahead. Hey, this has been real fun, y'all. Y'all stay up. Be
Oh
cool.
my goodness.
I lasted 2 seconds with that thing, and I was like, this is not the life for me. So
you
that's
know
like,
they were laughing at you as soon as you walked away.
oh, I don't. Hey, I was happy to be a part of that lifestyle for like 2 seconds, and then yeah. So like, I mean that's not like a regret thing, but it was like, oh man, I wanted
That's
to fit
funny.
in.
That's funny.
I wanted to fit in so bad with. I thought they were so cool.
They probably thought you were cool too.
For a hot second.
What about you? Do you regret it?
Well, yeah, just to get into like the drinking culture, just you see them because it's also a social thing, and I do enjoy. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with going to the bar with your friends and having fun and having a couple drinks. I really like sitting down with people and having a drink and chatting.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But the culture specifically that I regret that I got into was like drinking to get drunk.
Yes.
So it's like drinking as much as you can, as fast as possible to get it drunk as soon as possible. And it's like, why? Like,
yeah.
like I think about it now and I'm like, that why was I doing that? But that I like, it was just the social setting. That's what you thought everyone around you was doing. You're trying to meet people and, you know, get in with the cool athletes, the popular athletes at school. And so that you can walk by them in the quad and say, hey, what's up? And people know your name.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of the trade-off. But I think it just came with maturity, realizing like, if that's what I have to do to be friends with people, I probably don't want to be friends with those people, but also, why am I doing this? Like,
Which
for
is
what
wise
reason?
of you. Honestly, I think it's wise because some kids or some young adults would go down a different path.
Yeah.
Hey, remember Ben and Emily's wedding though?
Yeah.
Like when she was talking about that, I totally get that lifestyle now. Oh man.
Yeah.
I had such a good time.
Texting Julia, I can see you.
The inhibitions are gone, and especially as athletes, though.
Everything when you're in that mentality, when you're in that state, everything is a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everything, and I'm here.
I told
for
you
it.
I wanted to go steal a golf cart, and you're like, "Yep, let's do it."
Let's do it. Like, that sounds like so much fun.
Yeah,
I get
and
it.
then you make bad decisions, and then you.
He was like, we knew he was drunk because he came up, and he was just smiling. That's your first thing. He was smiling, you know, he had the biggest smile. He's like, "Hey
oh my
guys!"
Yeah, that's got to be. Oh my goodness.
And then every time you looked at him, he's like,
"Oh."
I was so happy to
He was
see
a kid in a
and I'm
candy
not making
store.
fun of it. Honestly, Caleb, like you were a joy to so many people that night. Like, don't bring that out all the time. Don't hide that. Don't hide your joy.
Well,
Drink your tea. We are actually a little over time, so let's wrap this up. Brinkley, thanks for hanging out with us again.
Yeah, thanks for
Made
having
two
me
special
back.
trips just to come out and hang out with
Yeah.
us. So I appreciate that.
Well, it's fun, so I'm happy to come back.
and I
again.
know you are getting ready to
move
to Ohio. I don't know
Yeah.
if you want me to divulge
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
but so we'll be wishing you well and
Thank you.
see you. Are you there just for the summer?
Just for the summer.
Okay,
Yep.
so after that you could come back on if we.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Weekly rants. That's how you feel segment. What you got, Caleb?
I don't like nobody in airports. If you're in an airport, I don't like you. Like, I don't know what it is about people when they get to airports, they just forget how to live their life. Like, I just don't. There never really seems to be anybody in there that knows what's going on. Workers too. Like every time, no matter what line you pick, there's always some person that's like, "What do you mean I got to take my belt off?" Like, bro, like you've been here, like act like you've been here before. Like take off your pants for all I care. Get naked. Like just get a move on. Like
That does drive me crazy when you're in the security line and people
And
are
people
holding up
don't
for
know
stupid
what you're supposed to
stuff.
do.
Yeah.
I
my
can't walk
gosh.
through with my purse. What are you, new here? Like, people, it just seems like it's everybody's first flight when they get to the airport. It makes me so mad. But you know what? A praise though I have is TSA pre-check. Yo,
how do you get on that? Do you just pay for it?
You literally fill out an application and you have it. You have to pay for it.
I need to do that.
It's like it's $80 and it lasts for 5 years.
Oh wow,
Well, that's not bad.
Bro. So TSA pre-check though, you have that. You ain't got to take your shoes off. You ain't got to take your belt off.
Yeah, you just walk
You have a separate line. You feel like such an elite individual. Like I truly do feel better than everybody when I'm walking like past them in their like peasant line. I'm like,
I feel like honestly,
that's the best part. Yeah.
Enjoy pre-check so much because you talk about it all the time.
oh gosh,
Like he's literally.
I'll be at Starbucks. Like, is there a TSA pre-check line here or? Like
Also, the Starbucks lines at airports drive me nuts.
Yeah. And why is it so much more? It's already expensive coffee. Why do we have to make it more expensive at the airport?
Yes, and it's not even as good.
And it's bad.
Yes.
Yeah, it's burnt espresso every time.
I do love going to airports though, and like if I'm in a different city, I'm finding new restaurants or places.
Yeah.
y'all have time to eat at airports?
Yeah, because we get there super early because we don't have the TSA pre-check.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I'm so scared of missing my flight. I'll get there like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, man, I don't worry about that. I walk right at, hey, there's my boarding pass. TSA pre-check right over here.
Can I get a golf cart, please? Someone to fan me?
You wait till I figure out how to get access to those things.
Oh, the like silver rooms or whatever. It's the status rooms.
With my status, I actually do have access to like the Admiral's lounges and stuff like that. I'm pretty elite out here when I travel.
So we are going to WrestleMania next year.
Everybody else in the airport is y'all are in the way. Like I wish I could like text, hey guys, I'm on the way to the airport. Can y'all just clear a line? Because like the kiosk, no one knows what they're doing. I hate people in airports.
I agree with you in the security line. Airports in general, like just walking around doesn't bother me.
No.
Because you're just doing anything. It's more the security line that bugs me.
Oh, and the boarding on the plane. People that like when you... Like, I get the groups. I don't fly Southwest anymore. I'm too bougie. I need to know my seat. I need to pick it. So, like, but, like, when you get on the plane and your seat is, like, 32A, as soon as you get on the plane, don't look up. That number's not you. That's 1. Like, just head to the back. You need to, like, I saw a lady, she was, like, 32C, and she's like, okay, that's 1. I'm like, if you don't move it along...
I saw TikTok of this lady who came up and she was arguing with someone like, you're in my seat, and like going on and on. And the flight attendant comes up. She said, ma'am, it's open seating. You can sit wherever. And she's like,
how are you going to sit there and argue?
Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
I can't wait to kick somebody out of my seat. I haven't had to experience that yet. I can't wait to kick somebody out of my seat because I pick my seats. I pay for my seats.
Yeah.
I can't wait. And I can't wait for like a father-son duo to like, hey, can we have your seat so me and my son? No.
See, I'm too nice on planes because I remember there was one time there was a father and his newborn. Granted, I had had Brooklyn at this point, so I felt bad for him. I'm like, I get it. You're on a plane. So I was like this the whole time because the other lady next to me, she's got a neck pillow.
Oh my goodness. Takes both the
so
armrests.
I'm already like this.
Oh
and
my
then
goodness.
I'm like, I'm not going to be. So I'm just like, hey, how's it going? That's what you want to know. What grinds my gears when people just plop down like that and just take. I'm like, this is not your throne. Get up. Anyways,
yeah.
What's your recall?
Well, that kind of segues into my rant because it's just people that are unaware of their surroundings, specifically on the road. People that are just out for a joyride or just to get to where they're going and not aware that there are other people driving around them and that they should probably signal or like get out of the way if you're not
or get
passing.
Get out of the fast
and
lane. And
stop blocking the road so people can't get anywhere. Thank you.
I don't signal when I drive.
My road rage is a thing. And people that ride with me are aware and I get it from my mother and I'm totally okay with that.
Have you ever been to California?
I'm from California.
Did you drive in?
What?
I didn't drive in California, but I love California drivers.
Me too. Now
because they know where they're going and they'll honk at you and it's fine because they're at least getting out of the way.
And also, you can like.
Oh my gosh, yeah! People drive aggressively.
Where are you from in California?
A little town called Oroville.
The biggest city closest to you.
Redding.
All right, never mind.
Is that north?
You know what though?
Chico?
Is that up north?
Yeah.
Okay, that's up like close to the redwoods, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm a little warm at you, by the way.
Oh boy.
No, because like, okay, the last time I saw you, like before like graduation and all that, was at a coffee shop, like probably 6, 8, 9 months, 10 months ago. I don't know. But since then, I have lost a considerable amount of weight, and she ain't said not one thing to me about it. And I'm just like, hey, do you see me?
Well, I
Caleb,
noticed. I just
hold
didn't
on.
know how to say
Caleb, make up your mind.
Yeah, I know. I don't know
Because
how
you
to-
hate when people talk about your body.
I do.
And you hate when people say, you lost a lot of weight. You get so mad.
So
don't get mad at her.
I want the recognition, and I want to feel uncomfortable about it.
Okay, I noticed. I didn't know how to tell you, so I just didn't say anything. But in my head, I remember what you were wearing at my graduation, even though it was a while ago. You had on a like teal T-shirt thing, and it looked loose. And I was like, "Man, Caleb looks good. He looks like he's lost some weight."
There you go.
But I didn't say it
there's
because
your trophy.
how do I go up to you and say that
I
your
don't know.
clothes look big on you? Congratulations.
Actually, I bought that shirt after I lost some weight too.
Look at
so
that.
there you go. You lost even
Are
more.
you still not eating peanut butter? Oh, no, you just ate some Reese's Pieces. All
No,
right,
I
folks,
actually
this has
did.
been a great episode.
Reese's Pieces.
Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate you watching. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Brinkley, thanks again for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
It's another episode of That's How You Feel.
Yep.
Bye.
Ugh.